That's Lee Brice's Rumor. It's an A. I'm going to show you the solo today. If you're familiar with the F-sharp minor pentatonic shapes, you can probably think through the solo that way. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to slide from anywhere down here. You're going to slide up. You're going to slide up to the 11th fret C sharp on the D string. And then you're going to grab the 9th fret E on the G string. And you're going to hammer on to the 11th fret F sharp on the G string. And then you're going to grab, with your first finger, you're going to grab the 9th fret E on the G string. You're going to hammer on. You're going to hammer on and pull off to the 11th fret F sharp on the G string. And then you're going to grab 11th fret C sharp on the D string. And then you're gonna do this common 5-6-1 thing. So you're gonna grab with your first finger. You're gonna grab the 7th fret E on the A string, and then with your third finger, you're gonna grab the 9th fret F sharp on the A string, and then with your first finger, you're gonna grab the 7th fret A on the D string. And it's worth mentioning that dynamics are a huge part of this. It doesn't really come across because of the way it's mixed and you ride the solo as a mix engineer. You're not going to actually hear like an amplitude change so much in the volume, but you will hear the difference in tone. When you hit the strings hard or softly. All right. So there's going to be a difference in tone, a difference in feel, and the solo is really all about feel. So anyhow, we're up to there. You're going to grab the 9th fret B on the D string. You're going to slide up to the 11th fret C sharp on the D string. And then you're going to get back to the E. You're going to grab the 9th fret E on the G string with your first finger. You know, I'm kind of wondering if I should tell you about the picking there. It's at kind of a slow tempo to where I don't think it's going to make the biggest difference, but what you can do, you can downstroke, upstroke, downstroke like that, so that it's a real smooth transition. So it's like you wouldn't want it comes across as more staccato if you do downstrokes there the whole way. So it probably makes sense to think of it that way. You'd probably play it that way just by default. One thing you might do is that might be a little more smooth, a little bit more connected, a little bit more, say, legato. If you do a downstroke from the D string to the G string. But, you know, you can do an upstroke too, have a little bit of space in between those notes. I don't think it makes the biggest difference. So back to the left hand. You've got your first finger on the 9th fret E of the G string, and your third finger on the 11th fret C sharp of the D string. Alright, and then with your third finger, you're going to grab the 11th fret F sharp with your ring finger. Alright, so here's another feel thing. So a lot of times you can pick the note and then add a little bit of a flair with some vibrato. Instead of just throwing the vibrato on right away, which might be a habit, it's potentially a little more nuanced if you handle it that way. So you're gonna hit the note, that F sharp there, and then add some vibrato, alright? Alright, and then we're gonna slide up with our first finger to the 11th fret's G sharp. And then we're going to slide up with our first finger to the 13th fret's G sharp. Still kind of at a low dynamic level here. You're going to slide up with your first finger to the 13th fret G sharp. And then with your middle finger, you're going to grab the 14th fret A on the G string. And then with your third finger, you're going to grab the 16th fret B on the G string. And then you're going to bend it up a whole step. You're going to bend that B up to a C sharp. So I think on the recording he's got a little bit more gain to help with sustain. Alright, and then up here on the 18th fret, we're going to grab the 18th fret C sharp on the G string. So you might actually think about the picking there, where you place your pick while you're doing the bend, because if you're not careful, it'll get in the way and choke out the bend. So what you can do is you can think about doing an upstroke there, and then what you can do is just the nearest string in that direction, which is the D string, you just put it there. And then if you do vibrato, your pick's out of the way. It's going to stay out of the way because if your G, in this scenario, if your G string moves your D string, and it will, the D string is going to move your pick along with it. Because your pick is resting on the D string, right on the top of it. So I can bend the crap out of that G string and my pick doesn't get in the way. And I've got a nice muting thing happening with my my thumb and my pick, also my palm. But if you're intentional about it, it'll stay out of your way. All right. Now let's climb up here to the 18th fret C sharp on the G string. We're going to do a half step bend up to D and back. C sharp B. So you've got your third finger on the 18th fret C sharp, and then with your first finger you're going to grab the 16th fret B on the G string. Alright, and then so here at the end we're going to be striking the strings harder with the pick. We're a little louder dynamically. You can hear the amp being driven a little harder. So what you're going to do is you're going to bar, with your first finger, you're going to bar that 9th fret G string and B string. So you're getting the E and the G sharp. All right. If you do it right, you mute the high E string. So you don't want to bar that. You're either very controlled with your pick, which it's 2 strings, it's pretty easy to do, or you're maybe at the same time not barring that. So let me show you a different way. It's not going to look like that. It's going to look a bit like that. All right? To where your first finger is just kind of resting there on that 9th fret on the E string, so that that C sharp doesn't ring out. I mean, in this context, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world if it did, but anyhow. So you've got those 2 strings barred. There, I hit it. So you have those 2 strings barred, and you're gonna hammer on and pull off real quick, 9th fret, 10th fret, 9th fret, like that. So, yeah, you're on the 5 chord, and so what you're doing here is 3, 4, 3, common like little sus move, blur the lines kind of deal. So, and you do want to strike it pretty hard with the pick. So you drive that amp, get that tone you're looking for. Like you wouldn't want to hit it like, that light touch is great for the other parts of the solo, but right here we're at the end. We'll be up dynamically. We want to be up dynamically here at the end of the solo. So we covered that. With your 3rd finger, you're going to grab the 11th fret F sharp on the G string. All right, and then with your first finger, you're going to grab the 9th fret E on the G string. All right, and then you're just going to kind of roll down to the 9th fret B on the D string. Hammer on to the 11th fret C sharp on the D string. Yeah, I think he slides there, so. Earlier we had a similar move where the guitarist played. There's a little bit of space there, but now it's a little more connected, a little more dramatic. So just go ahead and slide up with your first finger from the 9th fret E to the 11th fret F sharp. So I think I'll just play the solo again at a slower tempo and we'll wrap it up. That's Lee Brice's Rumor, and if you don't play it just like that and phrase it as if you're trading rumors with friends, then you're not worthy to play in a smoky dance hall.